Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Trying something different tonight. I am attempting to go on YouTube and Facebook Live at the same time. So we'll see if I can pull this off. At this point, we're 15 seconds in and it appears to be working. So we're going to give it a shot. I've had some questions with some of my YouTubers after the fact saying, hey, I didn't show up live. Well, that's because I only had one phone and I can only roll with one of them. So I am on YouTube on my laptop, and so if you are on YouTube, the quality is probably not going to be the best because I've got to work with the camera that I've got on there. Facebook is on my phone. So anyway, as always, whenever we do these, got any questions, throw them up there, and let's have some fun tonight. Got a few things to talk about. Not a lot because everything's getting postponed basically. But there's still some interesting things going on in the industry. We'll talk about a little bit of that and a little bit about what I've got going on. And I've been trying to come up with some ideas on what to do on this and how to make it fun and make it more interactive for everybody. And I thought about maybe we could do a couple of trivia questions. I'll give away a couple of oil cans. I'm trying to think of ways to make it interesting for everybody, and hope you enjoy it and hope you enjoy hanging out. So let's get started. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, just throw them up. Hey, Zach, glad to see you on, buddy. Our buddy Zach Hampton from Chromatize in Larned, Kansas is on. So anyway, obviously about anything any of us had planned over the next 30 to 60 days is probably postponed or canceled. Trying to keep up with some of that. Obviously, Barrett Jackson's moved has postponed one auction. Meekum has postponed Gone Farming, and they've postponed Houston. Indy, as of now, is still scheduled for the same dates. However, I did read that they have secured an alternate date for Indy if that does need to be postponed also. So lots of things going on there. NHRA released their revised schedule this week. And obviously NASCAR, IndyCar, everybody's up against the same thing. So, it's something we've all got to deal with. And like we talked about last week, it's just a matter of keeping our heads up, staying positive and moving forward. And let's take the opportunity to get back in the garage and work on our projects and get some of that stuff done. Especially if your kids are out of school, get them out in the garage, get them involved. So what I've got going on, Craigslist. If you've seen my ads on Craigslist, April 1st, I will start a new series of those with new pictures. So when you see my Craigslist ad pop up, it'll have new pictures, new info on that starting April 1st, whenever it hits your area. I'm in about 385 different markets on Craigslist. So check that out if you're curious as to what's coming up. What's going to be in that ad, new inventory, 66 Charger, a couple Volkswagens, 51 Fords, and things like that. If you've been on the Nobody Else's Auto page, you've probably seen some of that pop up. I will be posting pictures of the 66 Charger tonight on that one. I've been transferring some of the Nobody Show stuff over to the Nobody Else's Auto page, so you can check some of that stuff out too. Got some cool ideas working with a buddy of mine in Oklahoma that has Gasoline Alley Classics on coming out with some kind of cool stuff, some cool projects we're talking about doing. Make sure to check Michael out. He's got a 55 Dodge milk truck that he bought from me and put on a late model Dodge pickup chassis. Pretty cool truck. So I'm staying plenty busy here. As of right now, FedEx is still running. USPS is still running. So I can ship you guys whatever you need. We can still make it happen. So I'm still getting stuff out. As long as they don't cut off freight services, I can ship you whatever you need. So just give me a call and see if there's anything I've got you're going to need for your project. Like always, call me is the only way to really get a hold of me. And so we have all the information straight. And I know what you're trying to accomplish and see if I've got anything to help you. So, in fact, along with that, if there's anything you guys need this week, if it'll help out, I'll give anybody 10% off of any orders this week. And I'll even backdate that to anything. If you've called me on in the last 30 days, I'll give you 10 off of what I quoted you on the parts. Obviously, shipping, I can't do that. eBay, it doesn't count because eBay has deferred fees, but they're not giving anybody a break on fees. So deferring them doesn't mean anything. You just got to pay them more later. So that's what we're up against with eBay. So the 10% off is just on parts only. I can't do anything on shipping, PayPal fees, eBay, anything like that. So if you see this, or there's anything you need, just give me a call and tell me you saw it on the live webcast and we talked about it. And I'll give you 10 off on that. And let's get some things rolling with projects, and let's take advantage of the situation. I guess keep your head up, stay positive, wash your hands, and just use some common sense. But let's make the time productive and get back in the garage on some of this stuff. Another note I had in industry news. Something that's maybe kind of interesting. The Bloodhound land speed racer. As they were seeing an article on that. That project got mothballed. They were shooting for 1,000 miles an hour on the ground, and obviously, due to the situation, it's kind of tough to find funding for a race car project like that. Especially from what I read, they were looking for 10 million. So that did get mothballed. But along with that, let's do a first trivia question. Let's see if anybody likes this, if it's fun. We're going to be up against the borders of technology at this point. So whoever I see first is who I'm going to declare the winner. Sometimes these feeds don't pop up as quick as what as what we like them to. But along the lines of land speed racers, what I got here? I got a couple cans out. There's a Motorcraft tune-up can. I'll send this to whoever gives the first answer on this question here. Craig Breedlove was a well-known land speed racer in the United States back in the 60s, set a ton of records. What was his car called? And see if anybody gets that, and we'll go with that. I do not see any comments popping up. So if you guys are throwing anything up there, I am not getting them. So maybe we'll get an answer to our trivia question and see if that way at least we'll see if anything's working or not. But obviously, with not much going on in the industry, there's not a lot to talk about. There's no exciting auction results because they're all getting postponed. There's no exciting race results because they're all getting postponed. So I had kind of a short program for tonight when there isn't a lot of interesting things going on in our world due to all this stuff. So we can still keep moving forward on our stuff, though. That's why I said I've got, as long as FedEx and USPS is running, I'll keep shipping parts. And so far they have been, and it's been working smooth. We even haven't really had any hiccups here over the last week or 10 days on anything. So that so far we'll keep our fingers crossed that keeps moving, and we can go forward with that, and I can keep shipping stuff to you guys. So anyway, that's about all I've got for tonight. And I don't know if this thing is not working because I'm not getting any comments at all. So we may have a technical glitch too. So I'm getting a lot of blue thumbs. I appreciate that, guys. Let's see. We got Jess on with us. Can we do tours yet? I don't have everything ready for it yet, but that's something that's got to get done. I've talked to my attorney a couple times about getting everything lined out for it. He just hasn't gotten it done yet. I am still working on it, but yeah, hopefully after this is all over, we can start doing some of that and having some people stop by and check some things out. So still in the process, just things don't happen as quickly as you always want to, especially when I'm basically a one-man band. I mean, I pretty much do all this myself, other than a little bit of packaging and shipping and things like that. But as far as hauling cars, moving cars, pulling parts, processing parts, doing eBay, Craigslist, Facebook, YouTube, I basically do all of it. So some of that stuff is coming, and I know I've been saying that for a long time. There's just not enough hours in the day. The last couple of nights I've been down here till midnight trying to get some of this stuff lined out, and sometimes you just run out of hours in the day. So still want to do tours, still want to get the private Facebook group set up, where we have a closed group of people who may be interested in doing something similar to like what I'm doing, to try to get some of those people in there, and maybe I can help guide them or answer some questions with some of that type of stuff. So Anyway, that's really about all I've got for tonight. Um, I don't see anything else popping up, so we must have a pretty quiet crowd. We've got quite a few people on with us, but we must have a quiet crowd tonight. Okay. Oh, we do have some stuff over here on YouTube. Let's see. Okay, we've got Rod on with us again. Chopper, Peter G. Great to have you guys on here. Okay, now we've got stuff going up too. Cars and trucks from the 70s or 80s, or just for the 60s? That's a great question, Terry. I'm trying to get anything I can get from the 70s and 80s right now. Unfortunately, that's easier said than done. Cash for clunkers, got a lot of them. A lot of people didn't save that stuff. They looked at them as disposable throwaway cars, and none of it got saved. I've got some stuff that's going to be on the next video on Nobody's Show that's going to actually get into some 70s and 80s stuff, and I want to hit some very important points on that, which I guess we can start covering some of that stuff tonight. You know, some of these guys, and it's literally happened before. Um, on some of the stuff I've posted. I'll post a car from the 70s or 80s. I did a video. I get a lot of questions about what I use for equipment wise. So I did a short video on I've got an '02 Dodge 3/4 ton Cummins that I haul with that I ordered new. And I post some of that stuff just because people are curious about it. And some of these guys who are hardcore, 60s on back, I mean, I'll get comments unfollowing. I don't want to see this. This is junk. Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but 70s, 80s, 90s, that's the next generation. You got to remember that a kid graduating this year was born in 2002. So a car from the 80s is really old to them. A car from the 70s is super old to them. And something that I'm seeing with a lot of these kids is, to them, a mid-year Corvette is not interesting. And a lot of these old timers can't comprehend that because that's what they grew up with. That's what they love. Well, you can't turn on the TV. You can't turn on an auction, a car build show, anything without seeing a mid-year Corvette. They're popular. There's no doubt about it. But it's not interesting to them because they're literally so common in what you see. Now, show that same kid a mid-70s Malibu Laguna. They've never seen one. It's different. It's weird. It's cool. So the 70s and 80s stuff, I do have quite a bit of it. I'm trying to get more of it. I'll grab whatever I can get. I just don't have a lot of it, and it's tough. It's tough to find it. So yeah, that's a great question, Terry, and it's a huge part of what I'm trying to do and trying to accomplish and trying where I'm trying to go with things, because that's the next wave. And a lot of these, especially these old timers, who look at this 70s, 80s, 90s stuff and say that stuff's junk. We don't want it around. Who in the world would save that? That same guy a lot of times will turn around and say, why can't we get kids involved? Well, that's why. Because a lot of what they like, you guys don't consider cool. So, that's something that we all need to think about as we try to get our kids or younger kids or anybody involved in this hobby. Is the 70s and 80s and 90s stuff is where it's going. So it's a great question. It's a great point. We got Chopper on over here, Peter G on YouTube. I apologize, guys, on this YouTube stuff. I did one live out at the yard on YouTube today. This is the second time I've been live on YouTube. So I'm trying to work with that. 60s Econoline trucks, no trucks. I've got one van that's a mid 60s Econoline. So anyway, I'm trying to keep everything working here and everything jiving. If you got any questions or comments, throw them up there. I try to check comments, occasionally for ideas of what you guys might want to see, might want to cover, might want to talk about. Specific questions about cars or parts, you've got to call me, 620-786-4428. I try to keep those numbers posted on Facebook and YouTube. So anyway, that's by far the best way to get a hold of me about specific stuff. So that's what I've got for tonight. Are we wrapped up on questions everywhere? I think. Okay. I think we're caught up. And I guess we'll keep moving forward. Stay positive, everybody. Let's use the time wisely. Let's make it productive. Let's do some fun stuff with it. Like I said before, I am still shipping. So as long as FedEx and USPS is running, I can get stuff out to you guys. Just give me a call. I've already got a bunch of stuff to start packaging in the morning that's sold this weekend. So anyway, that's what I've got. Anybody got any questions, give me a shout. Let me see, make sure we are done with all of these that I've got. I apologize if some of this is not coming through. Okay, we Bill Thorley, 48 to 50 F2 lower front fenders. I've got I've got some decent front fenders for 48 to 50 F2 to F6. A little bit of rust, but not bad. So give me a call on that. I do still have a little bit of that stuff in stock that's still fixable, not perfect, but definitely fixable. So, okay. I apologize if I missed something. I'm working with what I got. Rico, how's the COE coming? The Chevy hasn't been touched. The Ford is back from the shop and needs to come back apart so we can start going through the chassis and everything. I did not rebuild anything until it came back from the fab shop as far as getting put together. So that's on the agenda too. And we, my daughter has been with me this last week in the shop. We've been working on one of her bugs. We're going to get one of her bugs tuned up. Got opt spark order for one of my Trans Ams. We need to replace it in the LT1. So we're trying to do the same thing. Stay positive, keep moving forward, get some projects done. And see, 63 Falcon gas tank front bench seat. Gas tank I wouldn't have. Front bench seat depends on which one you need. I should have them. So just give me a shout on that after we get done. And let's see, we got some of our YouTubers talking about their working on their projects with their kids. That's great. That's it's a perfect time to do it. Phone number once again 620-786-4428. I did not post that on the comments on this video. However, it is on most of my videos on YouTube, and it is on almost all my posts on Facebook. So you can always check those too. Click on one of those other ones. I'll go back in and try to add it to the text on this live stream also. So, okay, if that's all we've got for tonight, we will go ahead and start wrapping up unless we get covered up with a bunch more questions. So, as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with me. I enjoy doing them. They're fun. I like talking about cars. It's what I do. It's all I know. I don't know any different or any better for that matter. So I like doing these. I'm having fun doing them. I hope you guys enjoy doing them because it'd be kind of boring sitting in the corner talking to myself. So anyway, let's see. Somebody's commenting on YouTube. They're not seeing the questions on the YouTube. That I don't know. Like I said, this is the second time I've played with YouTube Live. So if you're not seeing the questions on your end, I don't have any idea why that's doing that. I may not have had the right button pushed or something like that. But like I said, this is a learning curve. The Facebook Lives I'm pretty familiar with. The YouTube Live I'm still learning. Any winners in the trivia? I do not see the answer posted anywhere on trivia. What was Craig Breedlove's land speed car called? So we kind of got off on questions and I forgot about that. So if anybody wants to throw that up, hey, we got Bill Twitchell on with us. Good to see you, Bill. If anybody wants to throw that answer up there real quick, I will send you a Ford Motorcraft can. And if we don't get it this week, we may do it next week. So, and I don't see anything popping up. So if anybody's got the name of Craig Breedlove's Land Speed Racer, we'll throw it out there. If not, we may do it next week. So there we go. Chopper One got it. Chopper One on YouTube. The Spirit of America. That is correct. So Chopper One, give me a call after we get done with the live feed, and I will get your information, and I will throw this Ford Motorcraft tune-up can in the mail to you. These are not a super rare can, but they're a pretty cool can. They got the race car on them, so they're kind of a neat one. They're a cool one to put up on the shelf. So Chopper 1, give me a call, 620-786-4428 when we get done. And I think we will wrap up for tonight. I'm going to get on eBay, get some parts listed, and try to get some work done yet tonight. As always, thanks for being here, guys. I can't. It just surprises me that you guys want to hang out and chat, and it's great. And it's a great way to expand the hobby. It's a great way to get to know people, and it's fun. So I enjoy doing it, and I can't thank you guys enough for stopping by and hanging out. Bill Twitchell got it too. We already had it on the other side, and I don't know if if that was a feed issue or what, but I'll see if I got another one. I'll see if I got another one of these cans. I can get one off the bill too. eBay, my eBay user ID is Nobody Else's Auto. So it's real simple that way. Obviously, no spaces or anything. Just run it together. Nobody Else's Auto. You can look at what I've got going on eBay. What's going on tonight? 41 Cadillac fender skirts. I can't remember what all I shot today. 60 to 63 GMC pickup, factory radio. So I got some interesting things going on there. I've got some cool stuff that I'm going to post on Facebook tonight. If you guys want to check the pictures out, I got shot pictures of that 66 Dodge Charger that came in a couple weeks ago. I'll get pictures posted of that. Still working the shop, cleaning out the shop. Come up with a factory 8-track radio for a 70 Challenger or CUDA with faceplate. That's kind of a rare piece to come up with a factory 8-track for those. So throw some pictures of that stuff up on Facebook tonight. And as always, if you guys got any questions, just give me a call. Appreciate you being on with me. It's a good time. I didn't expect this to turn into anything. I started this about a month ago just with some pointers and tips for you guys on how to find parts, and it's kind of turning into something fun. So if you guys like the trivia, just let me know. We'll try to do one or two of them every time. Hopefully we'll have some more industry news to talk about. If there's some things you guys want to talk about, throw them in the comments, and I'll see if there's anything I can find on it or work in. Because when any of these live feeds I do, whether it's on here or out at the yard, I want you guys hanging out, and I want your input, because that's why we do it. It's because you guys are hanging out with us. So anyway, thanks a lot for being here tonight. I think we're caught up on everything. If I missed any comments, I apologize. I don't know for sure why the questions are not popping up on the YouTube channel. We will have to try that. I do have a webcam. However, I could not get it to communicate with my PC today. So hopefully next week when we do this on Sunday, I will be on both of them, one on the phone and one on the PC, with a better camera than what we're dealing with on the laptop. So anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. I had a great time. I enjoy you guys hanging out with me, and just let me know what you want to do, what you want to see, and we'll try to do some more fun stuff. So thanks a lot, and we will see you guys next week.